Hi everyone and welcome to reprint. I'm Andy and this is episode 16 of my chopper build. And this episode is actually a continuation of the last video where I talked about the reveal of Chopper at the Ashoka panel at Star Wars Celebration 22. I strongly implied in that video that I'd be modding my chopper to look more like that chopper. And in the last couple of weeks since I filmed it, I've been learning Fusion. I've been working on Mike's files, get them as being part of a particular patron level, Patreon level, and I've been making additions to Chopper. In all cases, these are additions. I'm not making changes to the existing body. So full disclosure, it's not going to be 100% accurate to the chopper that is revealed on stage, because I don't want to reprint the body pieces. But it will look as close as possible by adding bits on and just ignoring the other bits. That's the thing. The other thing to bear in mind is I'm working on fairly blurry photos or low-res photos. So, you know, these might not be totally right. Might not be the right size, or this might be different to how it looks in real life. Until we actually see Chopper on screen properly, not going to know. Also, last night at the time of recording at Drinking Droids, Mike revealed that via a Facebook post, he's revealed that he's working on version 2 of Chopper already, using the same pictures and using the same Fusion files. So no doubt in a year, 6 months, a week, version 2 of Chopper will be released for use. So effectively will give builders two options. You either do version 1 of Chopper, which is still canon, it's still Rebels up to the end of Rogue One, or you've got version 2 of Chopper, which is 6 years after Return of the Jedi, and is obviously had some upgrades. Yeah, why wouldn't you upgrade your droids to keep them going? It's probably things like extra power supplies, or memory cores, or armor plating from the war, or God knows what. And then you kind of got a third option, which is make your animated droid look like Star Wars Celebration by using these pieces. It's entirely up to you. Either way is right, and really, the general public aren't going to care. They'll see Chopper, they'll see BB-8, they'll see R2, and just go, "Oh my God, it's the droid I saw from that film." As long as they don't call it a Dalek or Wally or stuff like that. So yeah, it's entirely up to the builder whether they want to use it or not. I'm going to make these available somehow, either through the Mike's OneDrive as a separate folder, or failing that, I'll just pop them as a Google Drive link and you can download them and use them. But as I said, they won't be accurate. I probably will change them when I get a chance to be able to see what they really look like. And there's also the fact that I might do all this and actually place them on the droid and go, do you know what? How it looks without them on, and just take them all off. We'll see. So if you're not going to make the changes, just skip this video. Bye. Yeah, the next video is going to be painting. I think, at least prep for painting, and then that's pretty much where you want to be. If you are making these changes, you have a read, see what I've been doing. Have a watch, see what I've been doing. And then move on to the painting, and then that's where you see how these get painted. I should point out that if I do carry on with this route, the colour scheme for Chopper will match the one that came up on stage, not the animated version, which is sort of a bit more sort of cartoony colours. Yeah, so if I stick with the animated version, it will be the original colours. If I continue with this route, then it will be the live action colours. Yeah, so I'll go through the Fusion files, I'll show you what I've done. I'm about 80% of the way through making all the changes. In fact, you can see the printer now printing pieces. And then, yeah, I'll show you the physical pieces that I've been doing and where they go and how they look. And then, yeah, we'll take it from there. So, why don't you join me? Right, okay, so here we are. We're looking at Mike's Fusion files. So when you become a certain level patron, you get access to these files to remix as you see fit, as long as you're not going to make money off them. You know, the usual terms and conditions with most patrons. So as you can see here, we've got a load of bits that are in Iron Man red and these are the things that I've been adding to make it look more like the Star Wars Celebration Chopper, based upon the images I have, which admittedly are blurry. Since filming the introduction and then filming this bit, I've actually come across a couple of extra photos, which means I now need to already alter what I have on the screen here. For instance, if I just zoom, ooh. So hang on, make sure we can capture the mouse. Capture the mouse. Ah, you can see the mouse now. Right, so for instance, on this thing here, on this leg, that bit doesn't exist, so that needs deleting. All I did was just mirrored this bit over. Likewise, this angle, I assume is a straight angle down like that. Mike's sort of done it as a curve here. Actually, it's kind of going down like this, and then at an angle like that. It's kind of like a kink in it there. So again, already have to make changes. Need to alter this bit slightly as well. So as you can see, I'm trying to do it without having to without cutting into the body. And for the most part, I can do this. The obvious changes would be here, where this piece actually comes down and there's like a cut around it. So almost following the same sort of pattern this is here. So we have these extra shells here and here, all armor plating. And then on this leg, we've got this kind of medallion, the details of which are quite blurry, so I'm not sure. On the live action chopper, this is sort of cut into the shell. So I've just placed it on and might just do some clever masking to make it look like it's recessed, a bit of shading. Same with this, this should be cut into the shell around about here. And so this would be like one big box. I think you can get away with this, kind of has the same effect. What else we got? So spin around here. So we've got this back plate here. Again, these can all just stick on. I've got this pipe here, which you saw me holding in the intro video. So I've got this pipe here that sits on there. I believe there's actually a little bit that comes off here and may sort of hook into there slightly. So I might need to mod that or just have an extra bit that gets glued on. So working up a bit. So the biggest addition to the legs are these sort of strut covers, I guess, hydraulic strut covers. There's one on each side, and on this leg it is completely different. And they kind of follow the curve. As I said in the intro, I've been learning Fusion to do this, so I've crash course. I've been trying to work out how do I extend this and make that? How do I make this shape? How do I do this? And yeah, it's a way of learning. So similarly on the hydraulic strut here, or booster cover, or if it's R2 it'd be the booster cover. Got this sort of thing around here like a clamp. So I kind of designed what I could from the pictures, and then there's like a ring around here, and there's this bit into the greebly. There's like a random cartridge on here, and then another bit up there. So they're all really easy. They just all clip onto existing pieces. In fact, all I did do in this case was just extrude this bit out, slice it, and create a ring that fits exactly to that shape. These bits I'm a little unsure about on how they look. I think they are different for each leg. So on this leg it kind of looks like that, but on this leg that's actually kind of flat completely. And then on the back it's mirrored, so this flat piece is on the back of there, and this piece is on the back of there. So weird. Again, I already know I need to change this piece on here. Incidentally, at the time of filming, Mike is releasing the new battery boxes as a work in progress beta test. I might just print those for the simple reason is the new battery boxes on the new chopper are level here. So effectively it's sort of like this high. So they're smaller, which is good because when you're in three-legged mode, the skirt is very, very close to the body. Very close. It also interferes with the replacement pipe that I put in. So this pipe's been replaced with the split loom, and it kind of interferes with the connection point. So I might just print those anyway, just for generally to go on my chopper, just generally, quality of life improvements. So you can see here we've got, in addition to this shoulder hub, it's kind of like a filleted area with these two little nodules on. And then if we move up a bit, so when I started, I was trying to use Microsoft 3D Builder to do this, because Fusion was like, ooh, a bit scary. So anything you see that looks like this, this is an 3MF file that's been imported from 3D Builder, and I could just redesign it in Fusion, but yeah, they're there. I like redesigning anyway. So yeah, so that's that. Look on the back. So as you can see, I've got that. So so these would be for the battery hoses that come out the back and into the back of the foot. If I'm printing Mike's new battery boxes, then actually that's integrated. So all I need to do is just copy this bit and put it in there. Admittedly, he's also released the new foot file as well. So potentially I could just take the whole foot off, print the foot, which has this cut out, and then put it in. It's tempting. It is tempting, but I've started this with the goal of adding it to an existing chopper. So I think the battery box, as I said, just for quality of life, with this height, I might just do anyway. And I'd probably strongly encourage you guys to do it as well. Although you would have the greeblies on here, it wouldn't be flat. As I said in the intro, it's entirely up to you what you do. It's your build. So moving on to the other foot, as you can see, it's very similar. We've got this greebly here, sort of this plate, and then moving up here to this bit. These bits have completely covered the existing sort of pipe that went there. I tried to mimic the shape, and I couldn't quite work out how to do that shape. You'd have to refer to the photo to see what I mean, but it's kind of flat here, and then it's the curve of the cut actually sort of goes like this. I couldn't quite work out how to do it, so this is as close as I can get. Again, we've got the clips on the struts, on hydraulic struts. Yeah, Freudian slip. And then we've got these clips here that go on the horseshoes. And we've got this little semicircle that goes on top of the greebly here, and then we've got this big plate that goes over the horseshoe itself. The other major change is we've got this, which goes around the pipe. It's as close as I can get, or as close as I can get, while making it usable to take the split loom pipe that I have. So it's not totally accurate, but it's close enough that it will work for real world when copying. Now these bits so that's a space for an LED, a red LED, and then I've created these sort of grid effects that we saw on there, and these sit proud of the body. I went to print it, and because these are so small, they didn't print very well. Sort of the line here just went boop, boop, boop. It didn't quite print it very well, so I may do those in resin, or rather I'll get John to print them in resin for me, but same thing. The other thing to mention on the body is we've got these wedges here. There's three, so there's two on the front and one on the back that I'll show you in a minute, and then we've got these kind of weird, I don't know, clips, connection points, not quite sure. This needs moving, it's more centered, it's more square on. Half tempted to just leave mine there where it is, but we'll see. There's me want to create an accurate droid as tool, Star Wars Celebration, and I'm already changing it back. And then on the back, so you can see here we've got that other wedge and another clip, and then we've got this greebly here. On the original, it's just a panel line, so now we've got this greebly that kind of sticks out like that, and there's space for two red LEDs that go in there, and they'll go all the way through to the body. You have to drill holes in for the body for that. The only other thing left to do on here, apart from that, is the battery grease piece, which I may design, or I may just say, look, use Mike's battery boxes. That's probably the easiest thing to do, just purely because of the battery box size. But the other thing is that there's an addition to this greebly, so I can tell this greebly is there underneath, and then they've put like a block on top. It's almost like there's an extra module added to this, whatever this is supposed to be. So that's the last thing to design on there, I think. I don't think there's anything else I've missed on the body. No, that's it really. Also, I'm going to redesign these, and I'm going to redesign these. So when I initially looked at them, I assumed it was like a outer ring, and then like a button in the middle, and then these look like dots. But I've found a sharper photo, and actually what it is you've got the outer ring, and then you've got something like this but smaller with a hole in it, and it's smaller, sits there, and then there's another one that kind of sits there. It looks like a particular set of pliers that you'd use to clip something. Circlip, that's it. Looks like a circlip part that goes there. So I might redesign those to fit and then reprint them. I'll show you what I printed so far in a minute. These are going to get reprinted with that cut and with that gone, and then obviously I need to put that cut in there as well. The back ones are fine. So a lot of printing in my future again. So that's it for the body. Yeah, that's it for the body. So if we switch to dome, I can show you what I've already started. So I'd only really started the dome last night. So finish loading. There we go. Right, so I only really started the body last night, and all I have really done is just put this ring around here with the cutout for the periscope. I noticed in the live action that this shape has gone because there's a massive hole in the dome, so it's just to keep it anyway. No one's going to really notice that's there. There's a bit more detail on the aerial. If I can work out what that is, I might put it on. The only other major thing to the dome is, and I just started doing this, is there's kind of like this paneling around the door arms, the dome arms. So I'm just sort of finishing that off now to follow the curve and the thicknesses and that. And then it'll repeat on the other side. And then the back of the dome, I'm going to have to end up etching like a panel line across here. And then there's like random cubes or blocks that get attached here and there. And I think there's one on the side about here-ish. And then the same again around here, there's like that frame around there. So there's not much to the dome really. The biggest thing to worry about with the chopper, the biggest thing to worry about to think about with the dome is that this is the head wobble mech. So this is what makes the dome tilt that way, you know, sort of, you know, left to right, up and down slightly. Celebration models added in the up and down movement, the bob movement. I can't see a good way of adding this in because effectively we have to lift up this entire mechanism in order for it to work, because it's either that or we have to put something in between this ring and this ring. So this is the Lazy Susan. So you've got the gear ring here, which is not going to highlight. I think that's the gear ring. Basically, you have to put something in between here and maybe a cover around here, a slot for here, that would allow it to lift up and down. Maybe sort of between the dome magnetic mounts and the Lazy Susan magnetic mounts. So like those blocks. Let's see. Yeah, not easy to see. Yeah, it's kind of the thinking there, but that might be a bit too much work. Just it'd be nice to have the head up and down movement, but I think physically the way that that's designed, it won't work. That needs a complete redesign, in which case it's a rebuild of the body as well to accommodate. So that's Chopper so far. So there's not much left to do on the dome. It's really just a couple of extra panels, and then that's it. So now we'll go and take a quick look at what I've physically done. Right, okay, so here's Chopper. And as you can see here, we've got the clip that goes over the hydraulic strut, and we've got the other bit here that goes over the booster cover, and then bring it around this way, got the other hydraulic strut cover there, and I just trying to do this with my camera. And as you can see here, we've got the armour plating that goes on there. As I said, that bit needs to go, and that line needs to sort of follow that sort of kink. Then we've got the back panel here, just clip, slots on like that. And then we've got this bit, just sits on like that, sort of roughly centred. And what else we got? Go around here. So same again, we've got these panels here. These are designed in Microsoft 3D Builder, so they're a little bit looser, but once they're glued on, they'll be fine. And then same again here, we've got this bit and these panels here, and then we've got this plating here which goes on. Again, that was Microsoft 3D Builder originally, so the one you saw in Fusion's a redesign. This is the original that I did. And then we've got these bits here that just slot on. As I said, I tried to follow the design, didn't quite get it right, but and oh yeah, here's the hose. So I've put a magnet on the underside of that bit of plastic that's glued in. So that's slotted in, and then this bit will be glued to the shell, to the foot shell, the horseshoe. So hopefully to stop it coming out. So really what I have to do is just pull the cable out. I had to bend this, I had to hold it in place and let it almost sort of heat up and hold it in place. The only thing that hasn't worked quite well is this side. It's not quite magnetically attaching. I can feel it, but it's not quite flat enough to attach properly. And mainly that's partly due to the battery box, partly due to the body. Might need to just sort of twist it around a bit more. So what else have we got? So we've got the little clips here that go on there, and there's like a groove that slides along there. And what else have we got? Got these bits that go there, and they will, because it's all an angle, it won't hold on properly. Oh yeah, the other thing I didn't mention is, I haven't ported it as a 3D Builder, is we've got these bits. So those go on like that, and then the whole thing, about tipping it over, goes on. Ooh. You can kind of see what I'm trying to do here. Kind of goes on like that. It goes on there like that. What else we got? The little semicircle that goes there. It's white on white, I know. And then we've got the little clip that goes around there. And then this, that's the same on the other side. That's that way around. Sort of goes there-ish. So I'll probably do some sort of masking to make it look like it's recessed. And then got this bit that kind of goes there. And then we've got these things that I talked about where actually it's a hole and a hole there. But they sort of clip onto there. And then we've got these things that we'll just glue onto there, like that. So here's a big pile of parts that mainly need to go on here. So that's a rubbish one. That's another one of those hydraulic clips, and that goes on that side there. And we've got the pipe that goes there. And then we've got the wedges that just go onto there like that. Just glue on. And somewhere, there we go. And we've got these little bits that go on there as well. And we've got that bit that goes on there. What else? And these are hose cable clips. So imagine this is the back side. They'd actually go like there. And then the hoses come out and go into there. That's the plan. And then this is the greebly that goes on the back of chopper, which I will do this in a second. Anything else here? Oh yeah, this is the attempt I made at the... Yeah, it didn't quite work, did it? So I think that's a resin job. We've got a couple of little bits of greeblies here, so like this bit sits in there, and find it. Got that little bit that goes there, and that little bit that goes there, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah. Oh yeah, we've got a little clip that goes there as well. So apart from redoing this bit, I'm half tempted to just not bother. Just leave it on. It's pretty much done. Oh yeah, the dome. So I haven't taken the brim off yet, it's only just finished printing, but essentially that goes on there like that. Just sort of have to line it up correctly. And that just about fits on my sidewinder. So that'll go on like that. Check that one. And yeah, that's it, really. Show you the greebly. Show you greebly, or attempt to, and that kind of goes. You see that panel here? Just slots on like that. So yeah, that's it really. I'd say I just got the sort of lines around here to do. And then pretty much done. So thank you very much for watching, and me and Chopper will see you again soon. Bye.